Are we
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I think, touch wood, we are fully resolved with tech issues. We are, of course, going to let Tombo start again. So when we're ready, Tombo, if you could get yourself into a position that we are going to start again. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching UKSG 2023. Only roughly an hour after the scheduled start time, we are going to start our first run again. At $156 already in, Tombo is getting himself restarted, and I can see Tech busy typing away, getting things just up and running for us to start again.
I hope my controller works this time.
we hope everything works this time.
Oh my god.
I can tell you, Tech has been running around like their hair has been on fire. It has been fun to watch them. I'm sure it's not so fun for them, but can we have a massive round of applause for our Tech team, who are working so hard to get this up and running.
Your poor HUD's having a heart attack over there.
Poor HUD's having a heart attack over there, absolutely. So, once I get the thumbs up from Tech is ready to go. Tombo and Rebel Dragon, it is over to you.
Do we have to start? Do we start again? Hi, I'm TomboD99.
Hi, I'm Rebel.
You've never seen me before. So yeah, you just missed the greatest Misty ever. By the way, it was so good. It was
absolutely.
It was
Hit the boosted. Easy,
yeah, everything
easy.
was so good. Are we ready to go? Okay, I've gotten the thumbs up from Tech. We're ready to go. Okay, we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, it started this time. Let's go. Why am I looking at the projector? Stop looking at the projector.
Look at the screen.
Look at the screen.
All right. So this is Jak and Daxter.
This is Jak and
We're gonna collect the power cells. We're gonna collect the orbs. We're gonna collect scout flights. We're doing everything.
This is great because I forgot to speak about so many things at the start. Now I can just bore you with them all over again. I missed an orb there. I'm gonna have to get
miss an orb
on the way back.
All right. Yeah. So this is Blue Eco. Blue Eco is like a
magnet.
It's a magnet effect thing, and it breaks.
Quicker.
Yeah, it makes you quicker, break scout fly chests, and then collect stuff, and then collect supplies. Very useful.
Gonna get this orb that I missed.
Yep. So yeah, this is so as I said, this hundo, we're gonna collect basically everything in the game.
Oh, I got that movement.
Nice.
I messed up.
And then you messed up everything else after it. But yeah, so this game has 2,000 orbs. 101 power cells.
101 power cells. Scout flies. 7 times how many levels there are, and I can't remember how many levels there are on top of my head. There's 7 of them in each level. Yeah, and my times tables is terrible. So, that was good alliteration there. Quite impressed. So I can't blame my badness on having no game audio anymore. That's really
all right. So okay, we didn't even talk about the main movement stuff in this game.
Oh yeah, of course.
We can do. Okay, we forgot everything.
We forgot everything.
So there's a few bits of movement tech in this game. There's punching, and you can either get a really short punch by just tapping the button, or if you hold it, he punches really far. There's roll jumping, which is you do like a little dodge roll thing. That was a little dodge roll thing, and then you can turn that into a long jump, which is very useful. You could do an uppercut by punching and then jumping afterwards, and then when you're in the air, you can jump and then hit the ground. And if you hold ground pound, and if you hold jump during that, you could use that to bounce up higher.
Go higher. There's like high jumps. If you jump right after a roll jump, you get a boost as well. Lots of really cool movement in this game. The quickest movement, so like say you're just going from point A to point B, is just punch roll.
Punch roll. Yeah, roll jump, punch roll jump, punch roll jump.
It's even faster than running with blue ecos. It's the fastest way to move in the game.
Yeah.
So this game is basically about getting like from points, using the movement as like best as you can. Like there's a lot of places where I know exactly like how far I will get if I do 4 roll jumps or stuff like that. Yeah.
That was a much better start than
London. This is a much better start. I'm actually talking about the run this time. It's great.
Right, so this is Andover Village.
I don't even think I said that last
time. All right, so Sandover Village is it's a hub. So there's 3 hubs in this, and then which all contain
camera.
Which all contain a few levels. You can go levels in basically any order.
I hate it when I bonk on that cow. And again, come on, move.
Yeah, and then so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the hubs in the level optimal order and collect everything.
Yeah.
This is the cows.
Remember, animals bad.
Animals bad.
That's why I'm hitting them. I dislike them so much.
Alarm bells ring.
Peter comes through
Peter
the door.
comes in.
So yeah, this is just Yakas. This is they got scared out of their pen by some evil lurkers. The bad guys in this game, we call them lurkers. Like there's other enemies like you'll see in FJ's snakes and stuff, but yeah, so they got scared out. Farmer asks us to put them back in the pen. One of the good things about this game when it comes to cutscenes is, so like if you spoke to him right before I put the last Yakao, those are Yakas, back into his pen, he would have a a cutscene telling us, oh please can you do this for us. But once you do it, you skip that cutscene.
You skip the first cutscene.
Yeah, you just get the second cutscene where he thanks you and gives you the power cell.
Yep. So this Forbidden Jungle, it's actually better to come to this level first, other than the one that Samos tells you about, which is Sentinel Beach, because this you can open up the Blue Eco vents here, which is very useful because it lets you access Blue Eco in levels where there are Blue Eco vents.
Do fish, stuff like that.
Yeah, do fish, so you can get Misty Island.
Gonna punch there just so we hit the thing and get off, which is pretty cool. That's like a Blue Eco thing. So basically the windmill in the village runs on Blue Eco, and the lurkers, those damn lurkers, have blocked it.
Damn lurkers.
Those pesky lurkers. They blocked it off. So this is water hops, by the way. I'll see if I can get any.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's just we got one. So if you hop just as you enter, so normally if there's water that's deep enough that Jak would have to swim in, if you have Blue Eco and you jump and then jump just as he enters the water, that's the quickest movement in water. We'll see the quickest way of moving without Blue Eco in water in
Sentinel Beach. The first time you do water movement.
Yeah. So we just skipped a cutscene there by staying to the right. There's a bridge that if you have Blue Eco, when you if you get too close,
the bridge
starts. The bridge comes
up.
The
bridge comes up because you have Blue Eco.
Yeah. But we don't want to watch cutscenes. They are slow, so we do our best to stay to the right and skip it. Just going to make our way up to the top of Temple here, just making sure that we keep as much Blue Eco as we can, just to start all these platforms that move using Blue Eco. And yeah, there's top of Temple. For some reason, he didn't punch there. I get a lot of eating inputs because my controller is really bad.
I'm so used to LTS that I, 100% just looks very weird to me.
Most people so basically the most run category in this game is called no LTS which stands for no lava tube skip. Yeah. Because it's the easiest to start with. And yeah, it's just
this game is surprisingly busted when you know how to do things. So in this game at base, to complete this game casually without doing anything that you don't need to, you need at minimum 72 power cells, and then you go through Citadel 5 or so.
You take it.
So you end up with something like 80-ish.
It's something like that.
And then, but then in the any percent category of this game, where you skip as much as possible, you actually get what 8 or something. You end with
it's even smaller than that now. There's been a few little things found.
Yeah, so basically you can skip so much in this game,
but it's very difficult. Only there's a handful of people that have done any percent compared to no LTS. So this is Plant Boss. There's 3 bosses in the game. This is one of them. This is Plant Boss. We're going to try and get Bite Skip here. We don't get the quick bite, but we do get Bite Skip. So basically, we want to take damage off the little guy to kill him and then get the Plant Boss into his vulnerability state. So we want to skip that bite animation that he does.
Yep, we got another one there.
Yeah, just that he just did there. So he's got 3 phases. He's not too difficult.
Yep, those things just have spikes for a little bit, and then when they're supposed, for some reason they're like, oh, the spikes go away, and then they suddenly be punched.
They're like, we want you to kill us, Alright, so these are the terribly hidden orbs in the game. We want to get 4 of this, 5 in his head. We want to get Blue Eco, jump on him again, and then really cool during this cutscene, you just see it fly up into the corner, which I think is really cool.
Yep.
So that was Plant Boss, easy. We're just going to jump out of here. Get these orbs. I always miss one of these. If I miss an orb, it's normally one of these, which is fun.
Alright, cool. Yep, so something else that Blue Eco gives us is access to these orb event things. Yeah. They pop out of the ground.
Oh nice, I got this.
Oh nice. Right, yeah. So got a little bit more doing FJ. There's a power cell up in this room here that you need blue eco to get in there.
You need blue eco a lot.
You need
eco is like the thing in this game. There's 2 more types of eco that I haven't talked about, but we will mention them when we get to them.
Yeah. They're not as important. They're not important at all, like right now, because they're not needed anywhere.
The further you go.
That was a.
Oh, well, that was weird. My controller has stopped working. That's fun.
you need a new controller.
This has never happened before. Okay. Oh, this is fun. Okay, one sec. I need to warm up my sticks again. I'm having a great time, guys. I'm having a great time.
Oh my god. Welcome to UKSG.
No, I don't. We will not blame this on UKSG. This is my shoddy. My PS2 controller is so old.
No. Welcome to UKSG.
Yeah, so this is us just mopping up FJ here. We've got a few more mirrors to do, a few more orbs to collect, 1 more scout fly, and then obviously we've got fish coming up.
Yep.
Which, if you were here earlier, you've seen RNG based. Catch 200 pounds of fish. You know, just I'm from Aberdeen, lots of fish.
Lots of fish
up there, you know. So I'm very used to it.
Right.
Tombo, do we have any opportunity for some donations?
We will in 2 seconds.
You give me a shout when you're ready.
yeah.
I've got a huge stack of them.
Yeah. So we're just going to clean up here. We want something really cool here is if you uppercut up for some reason that just breaks the scout fly, which is really cool.
Yeah. So like scout fly boxes you can't break with like a regular punch. You have to like ground pound them or uppercut them.
Yeah.
Oh, and something else we should mention. Normally you would take full damage from falling that far, but if you spin. It stops full damage.
So yeah, so this is fish. We will go ahead with those messages if you want to skim me. Just go ahead.
Well, thank you so much. Going right back to the very start of the event, which was, of course, only 11 minutes ago, we've had a $10 donation from Jamie, who is the receptionist here at the hotel, at the Leonardo, who says, welcome to the Leonardo Hotel. If you need anything, let me know, and best of luck. We've had a $10 donation from Bourglois, who says, UKSG hype. And I could not agree more. We've had a $5 donation from Iona with no comment, who has put it towards Devil May Cry 3 to be run in the Devil May Cry any % game choice incentive. So thank you, Iona Rose. And a $50 donation has come in from Nanaki Emmy, who says, hey UKSG, looking forward to an amazing weekend of going fast to raise money for an awesome cause. Good luck to all runners, commentators, hosts, tech, and other volunteers. You will do great. Also, what's this I hear about there being no Iron Brew? I miss one event and this is what happens. Someone needs to fix this. I could not agree more, Nanaki. And that $50 donation has gone to the 2-player 1-controller bosses incentive for Metal Gear Solid 3. And I will leave it there for now. Back to the thrilling fishing.
Oh my god. What just happened? I was like so upset because I didn't think we got manip fish because the first phase was so
like
bad.
Nothing.
And then the second phase just came out of nowhere with like a huge amount of 5-pounders. This is crazy. This is, you know what, actually, it's kind of depressing what I get excited about. Like, I just got very excited about having a lot of fish, and now I'm questioning my life choices. So, if you miss a fish, it's very embarrassing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so close to finishing again. Like,
you missed a fish, dude.
No, we didn't. We didn't. Just ignore it.
No.
I thought I had it. We're just gonna move on.
No, I don't believe you.
Lots of things are happening.
All right. So yeah.
So now that's us done with FJ. We just need to get out of here as quickly as possible. A lot of the things that we do in this game are to try and get out of levels is we'll either die really quickly because some levels the checkpoints are like
very far away from like
where you actually die,
or where you load. Yeah, so generally so from here, technically we're out of FJ and we're close enough to Sandover Village for us to get the checkpoint for Sandover Village,
which is miles away.
Miles away from where we are, which doesn't
so much
make
better
sense.
Sound. This is great. Woo.
All right.
We have sound.
And now we're going to go to Misty.
Yeah, now we're heading to Misty Islands, the second level of the game.
Yeah. Misty.
It would be better with an uppercut there, but it's pretty good.
Uppercut, ground pound.
Sorry?
Uppercut, ground pound.
Uppercut, ground pound, press circle.
Press circle at the same time.
It's so great. I love it. There's something like if you watch like the best runners in this game,
The movement in this game is so crisp.
Josh,
but
Stella, Six, all those like the top runners, their movement, like if you watch it, it's so smooth. Sometimes I like to think that my movement's smooth, and then I watch myself back, and it's just like,
sometimes, yeah, you like it's like the same in any game, which is a lot of movement based. You're like, damn, I'm kind of good.
Yeah.
And then like you watch someone better than you, and you're like, no, I'm not kind of good.
I'm a scrub, man. Oh, missed that. That's fun.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
right.
So this is Misty. Hopefully we can get this guy.
Oh, it ate my input. Oh.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. Okay, no, we're gonna get him later.
Yeah, we'll worry about him in a bit.
We'll worry about him later. What happened there is I'm gonna. This is called copium. What I'm about to do. The game ate my punch, so he didn't punch. But we should hopefully get this cycle.
Nice, you avoided the damage there as well.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
Yeah, it was kind of good.
It was touch and go for a second. So yeah, so I should hopefully get this this cycle this time. That's my goal anyway, not to like, yay, I didn't blow that guy up. That's brilliant. So yeah, so with the Muse, if you miss him that first time, or because of this cycle, you don't want to chase him because it's not good. You end up messing up this cycle. You have to improvise a lot. I don't know why I jumped there. That was scary.
Yeah. As before, you can jump while on the
a lot of the times though, you don't want to because like you'll go over orbs.
Yeah.
And if you go over orbs, you have to do it again. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to get the Muse on the way back.
Yeah, basically he runs around and
he runs around in a big circle. So depending on what side you come at, he'll like go in a different direction. We're going to try and get him on the way back. That's the backup strat. Well, that was weird there, because normally you'd get that.
Yeah, that's weird. You got that really late.
Well, yeah, well, because it's because normally you would get it when it saves after the Muse, because like it auto saves this game.
Yes.
You would get it when you catch the Muse.
Yes,
because
the
I'm
Muse.
really bad.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the Muse.
Yep. So we're gonna load here because it's faster than going back and
yeah,
getting off the thing.
Getting off the zoom is quite a slow animation.
Yep. So we've got to collect more orbs.
We kind of like punch away from them to collect those orbs, so the enemy doesn't attack us.
Yeah, so the enemy doesn't like aggro you.
Yeah, he's really annoying. He's got this like, okay, can we get him?
Yay!
We got him!
We did it. We got the animal.
That was so terrifying. So scary.
Genuinely, that's one of the. Like,
I was gonna get flamed for like life if in the Jak community.
Yeah.
And we just that's fine.
Just ate another jump.
Yeah, I'm just having so much fun.
There we go.
So we're going to get these orbs with the eco, because there's like a collapsible thing there. This is a cool little skip. We're just going to bounce up off these rocks to get up here.
Stops you from having to go all the way around. I always forget how to get to this place casually because I choose to doing the rocks. You couldn't even hit the
couldn't even hit him.
Couldn't even
it's
hit the lurker.
So we're actually going to use this cannon, which is pretty cool. There's some unbreakable boxes down below that we need to hit. We need to hit with the cannon to break them. So it's like, did I get that first one?
Yeah,
I did. Yeah. Cool. So this is really cool. This is a skip. It doesn't look like a skip. It's so easy, but we're just jumping down there to get this cell. Normally, what we'd have to do to get this cell is there's an ambush section in this arena here, where if you go too close to the middle, I will trigger it. So we don't want to do that. We want the camera to move with us. Come on. So we want to just stay around the outside here, so we don't trigger that ambush. We get locked in this room, and we have to kill a ton of enemies.
Fight a bunch of stuff, which is fighting stuff in this game just isn't fast.
It's not. You have a few of those bone. That's red eco. That basically makes Jak stronger. You can break things a lot quicker, and you don't see that a lot. You probably won't see that again until Snowy.
Yeah, you don't see that until Hub 3.
Second to last level in the game. We're just going to make our way up here, grab a few more stuff. Yep,
so he's making very good use of the ground pound and using it to gain height as well by holding X.
This is really hard. This is difficult, by the way.
Yes.
Like, we want to not get hit by the guy. Oh, god damn. So yeah, so there's an orb vent there that we need to get because we're doing hundo. And there's only this blue eco that can get to it. And there's a lot of enemies in the way. Yeah, we get a second try. That's fine. We're also on 1 health, which isn't fun.
And you are close to a checkpoint.
What is going I'm just rolling in random directions.
Yeah.
It's great.
Roll glitch.
I'm playing on a PS3.
Yeah, you're playing the punch glitch. Let's go. Right, yeah. So, more orbs.
So normally what we would do here is if I was good at the game, I would have full health.
You would have full health.
I would have full health, and we would kind of just punch our way up through this section because
Yeah.
these barrels will kill you if you. But now I've only got 1 health. We're going to do it slightly slowly because if I get hit by a barrel, I will die. And we don't want that because that would be slow.
Yep.
And
the checkpoint.
we're trying to be fast.
Yeah, I don't even remember
The
what
checkpoint
is for
here is it's so far. It's like back where that vibe was. So like, basically, those oh, so nice. But there's a health here, so that should be fine. All right, this is going to be our first boosted you're going to see in the game.
Yep.
Basically, if we walk slowly off and then do an uppercut, we boost. We get like we can cover far distances with it, and that's a really cool movement there. You like ground pound and hit this scout fly. I think it's really cool.
Yep.
So
Yes.
yeah, so basically, you just want to slow walk off an edge, and you get that really far distance covered. There's a couple of different things you can do with those. Get you different distances. But yeah, that's us done with Misty Island. That's like when I first started running, Misty Island was the thing that tripped me up.
Misty Island is actually a surprisingly difficult level.
Like for how
like,
early on in the game
there's
it
a
is.
lot of stuff you've got to do, and even in no LTS, it's one of like it's a killer in early game if like you're new to this game.
There's levels in this game where just like everything wants to kill you.
Yeah.
Like everything like damages you. There's like one
and then you see someone good and they make Misty look so easy.
We're not going to talk about that. I just made Misty look really good.
Yeah.
So coming up here we have Sentinel Beach. That's the 3rd level in Hub 1. But before we do that, we're going to do some of the buying cells that we do in the game. Basically, there's NPCs all throughout the game, and they're all greedy and they want your Precursor orbs. And it costs 90 orbs, most of them, to buy, and there's like a few in each hub. So for just now, we're going to talk to Mayor and your uncle, who's not really your uncle because of future games, but we're not going to worry about that. And they're going to give us a few cells. So if we have any messages or anything like that, this is the perfect time because we've got some cutscenes.
I would love to read some donations. We've had some fantastic donations coming in. We've had a $10 donation from Stan with a Plan, who says, "Go Tombo," and obviously we concur entirely. That went to the Add Custom Music incentive for Donkey Kong 64 Randomizer. We've had a $50 donation come in from, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, Paulister? Paulister. We'll go with Paulister. He says, "Hey folks, it's your friendly neighborhood, Paul Crow here. Don't forget to stay hydrated. We hope you can sit back, relax, and enjoy UKSG Blue 2023. Of course, I entirely agree. And Paulister put that towards the Add Custom Music for Donkey Kong 64. We've had a $5 donation come in from someone who you might be able to see on camera there. It is Cherry. Hey all, Cherry DeFolf here, wishing everyone a fantastic UKSG with hopefully less tech issues going forward. Touch wood, let's hope it remains that way. Thank you, Cherry. And a $10 donation has come in from a Smug Potato. I don't know how Smug a Potato is, but Smug Potato has sent in $10 and so should feel pretty smug, and has chosen Winston as the Ghostbuster for the Ghostbusters Any Percent Easy Run later. And one more from Bourglois, who says, "Someone give Huds a hug. I think he needs one." Thank you, everybody, for your donations. We are now at $175 and counting.
Great. Who's your favorite Ghostbuster?
I don't remember any of their names.
What? Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. You get off. No.
I've seen Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
If you don't know their names, get off. I don't want you here. If you don't know the names of Ghostbusters.
So the problem is they get joked about as the actors rather than things. So I get the actors' names in my head. Like, I think Ray is one of them.
Ray, yeah, that's
Ray's. Okay, I'll just say Ray because it's the one that I can remember.
Tombo, I'm sorry, we've had another donation come in.
Oh,
we've had a $5 donation come in from Sep Turner, who says, "Hey Tombo and Rebel, hope you both have a wonderful time at UKSG. Also, Tombo,
why is it going that way?
How much salty licorice did you have before the run?"
I didn't. I forgot to bring. So basically, in Sweden, ESA, shout out ESA.
Shout out to Lucas as well.
You obviously have salted licorice, and salted licorice is amazing, and it's so good. I think I might be the only person in this room that thinks that.
You are objectively wrong.
I know I'm objectively wrong, but I love it. It's so good. Shout outs to Lucas.
Shout outs to Lucas.
So this is the last level in Hub 1, that we're going to see. This is Sentinel Beach. That Pelican pesky pelican. Oh wow, that's hard
Pelican.
to say. Pesky pelican.
Pesky pelican.
Just stole
That is
power
actually
cell.
kind of annoying to say.
So we're gonna get up to this cannon up here by just traversing this lighthouse. Which is
Yeah,
actually,
this is not how you're meant to get
that's
up here,
a
by the
lot
way.
more difficult than it looks.
Yes.
You get like some stand points, and then we're gonna use this cannon to break these boxes.
Yep. So climbing up the tower here, what you're meant to do is you're meant to go all the way around the
I missed
blue
one.
eco
What?
jumps. How could you do that?
How dare that box not break? Is that gonna not break again?
That's not going to
It's
break.
not gonna break. What?
It'll break
Actually,
now.
That'll break. So yeah, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill that pelican with the
A bomb.
cannon. It's really cool. Like, I think what you can't say intended because it's possible to do it, but like
Yeah,
if
it's
you-
a really cool like byproduct
Yeah.
of being able to use the cannon.
Yeah,
So like what you're meant to do is you're meant to like chase the pelican like away from its nest or
Yeah.
something, and then
it spits. It basically you punch him. He spits the power cell out, and you have to race the pelican to get back to the power cell.
Yeah.
But you can just much more simply,
Just kill him.
Kill him with the cannon.
just kill him
You know,
and then he's done.
like and that's as we know from my mantra in this game that animals suck is what I love to do. So this is the fastest way to swim without blue eco. You basically just keep doing the start of Jack's swimming
Yeah,
animation.
you just tap forward.
You just tap forward a lot, and it's basically the quickest way to do it. I stupidly do it with the wrong hand because that's how I learned how to do it, which makes a lot of
Yeah.
Jack runners annoyed at me.
Yeah, you also don't want to go too fast with doing it. It's like one of those things where
Yeah, there's,
you need to let the animation play
Yeah.
a little bit and then
There's a specific beats per minute that is the most optimal for fast swimming.
yeah.
So that's one of the vents that wouldn't be open if we hadn't been to FJ.
Yep. Oh yeah, those birds are important by the way.
Yeah. So those seagulls, again, animals suck. If we scare them 3 times, they're going to cause an avalanche. I don't know how seagulls do that, but they do. And that's gonna open up a power cell for us that we're gonna be able to collect
Yeah,
later.
shout outs to Birdman.
Shout out to Birdman. So one of the things that can happen is they don't show up like in this last little platform here, and it could be really annoying. But they did really quickly there, which is lovely.
Birdman, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Shout outs to 6.
So yeah, so this is them causing an avalanche. Seagulls.
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 Yeah, I don't know how they.
To be fair, the
Make
seagulls
this-
that you get in Aberdeen probably could cause an avalanche.
I think the seagulls in a lot of places that are by the sea
Yeah.
could definitely do that. Like the seagulls are bigger than children.
Yeah.
they could kill people.
They will snatch a dog.
Yeah. They could definitely kill someone. If
So,
more than one of them goes.
We're going to see how many hops I can get here. Last night I got a lot, but because of how this run's going, I feel like I'm not going to get any yet. The timing's really annoying with
This
this.
is pretty alright.
I'm not getting any. What are you talking about? You're right.
You're getting a few. By that I mean none.
None? Yeah, okay, we got none. I love that. So we've just opened up the ore vent here. This is where the pelican would have been if we hadn't mercilessly slaughtered him with a cannon.
With a cannon.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've had a relevant joke come in.
A relevant
Okay.
joke. I love a relevant joke.
Ollie.jpg has sent in
Oh,
a
no.
$10 donation who says, what do you call a herd of sheep tumbling down a hill?
I don't know, Ollie. What do you call a herd of sheep tumbling down a hill?
A lamb slide.
Can we refund the donation?
No, I'm just going to charge it twice.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Thank you for your $10 donation, Ollie. That went to the Add Custom music for
No,
Donkey
no.
Kong 64.
No, here's how we get back at Ollie. We just cancel all of his flights for the next year.
Yeah, well,
For every flight he's booked, we cancel
well,
it.
we don't need to cancel it because they will get cancelled himself.
No,
He
no.
has the worst luck.
We've had an alternative punchline to that joke come
Okay.
in as well. So what do you call a herd of sheep falling down a hill?
I don't know. What do you call a herd of sheep falling down a hill?
A bavalanche. I mean, that one didn't even give us a donation. Thank you for the boo.
So this is the end of Sentinel Beach here. I'm just gonna pretend that never happened.
There was also avalanche from the crowd.
No. Okay.
Okay. You know what? I nearly missed.
You nearly
I
missed
it.
that.
I'm gonna blame that on Ollie's bad puns.
That's all Ollie's fault.
That is all Ollie's fault. So basically, what you're supposed to do there is if you hit the egg 3 times, it'll fall off, and we want to uppercut it so that we
Fall down with it.
Fall down with it. But unfortunately, because of bad
Ollie.
puns. I hate myself. Because of puns, I messed that up. You also kind of want to keep blue eco, because one of the cool things is you keep blue eco during these cutscenes. And it's really optimal to keep it here because you're able to collect the last orbs and scout fly.
Yeah. Like we should mention, the reason why we do that is because it unlocks the bird in other levels.
Yeah, that's Flut Flut, and we will be using it a lot later on.
Yeah, he's quite a large bird that literally like comes straight from the. He literally comes out of the egg and he's like, right, I'm a big boy.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
He's like, I'm ready to go. Like, come on, guys, we're like. Just automatically hits you with like the when we drop in. Like
yeah, when we do it. When we going? All right, so that was Sentinel Beach. It was mostly taken up by puns, which is terrible.
Yep.
So we're just gonna. This is one of the levels that only has one checkpoint in it, and it's right at the start. So we're just gonna load out because luckily we we save when we collect ourselves.
Yeah.
This is the guy who wanted us to collect his muse.
Yeah.
He's a sculptor.
I don't know how he lost it in Misty Island.
It likes to run away.
It went quite far.
It's a good swimmer.
It really went quite. It
so
goes real far.
What's more worrying is that poor muse was in Jack's backpack for like
the entire time. Yeah.
Yeah, which is really mean.
Yep. All right. So now we're gonna go around the rest of Sandover and collect a few other things.
Yeah, we just got to mop up Sandover a bit. Oh, that was cool. Love that.
Yeah. One of the reasons why we waited so long is because we also needed to get enough orbs to buy 2 other orbs.
Yeah. So this is us getting the Yak House cell there. If you like accidentally hit an NPC, it like
launches you backwards.
Which is really tilting if you're trying to like talk to them.
Yeah, because
it's very rude as well.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, because talk and spin are on the same button.
Yeah,
like, come on, like.
So one of the buying orbs that you're about to see is this thing called an oracle. It's basically this big statue that has power cells as eyes.
It like gives you its eyes.
Yeah, and rather than being 90 orbs to buy, it's 120. So we need to collect as many orbs as we can to afford these.
This is it's like Ratchet and Clank levels of like capitalism money.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous. Terrible. It's like the economy here is not good.
We should share the wealth. Come on.
The economy of orbs is like.
But they're just lying about.
Yeah,
right,
people just run around and drop money everywhere.
I do that sometimes. But
I just drop my money everywhere. I just can't hold it. Like.
So this is the end of Sandover Village. We just need to collect the last fly, which a couple flies.
Yep,
last just behind us. One of the cool things I haven't mentioned yet is that during the cell cutscenes, you can actually move the camera. So right there, I moved the camera to a more optimal spot so that I could just roll jump straight, rather than like having to turn the camera as I'm moving, which is too many things for my brain to do at once.
Yeah. All right, now we're done with Hub 1.
This is quite a funny strat here. So you might be going, oh, Tombo, you're missing those orbs. Well, I'm not. If you want, that little text comes up there saying Fire Canyon, and then you get the text here saying that I got all the orbs in Sandover Village. If you get those too close together, they get stuck. Like, they don't get stuck, but you have to wait to start the cutscene. Yeah. So it's optimal to go get one orb, get the Fire Canyon thing, come back, and then go in and get the 50 out of 50 orbs. So this is the reason why we've been collecting power cells. We need it to power a heat shield on the zoomer to get through Fire Canyon. So Fire Canyon, much like every other level, it's got orbs. It's got it doesn't have any big. It doesn't have a lot of power cells. It's just got one for collecting all the scout flies
and one for finishing.
One for finishing. If we have any messages, this is a great time to go. Any messages? Anything to chat about?
You caught me with my headset off.
I know. Do your job.
I mean, I really don't want to. Yeah, we've had a $23.10 donation come in from YTP Renewed, who says, "Thank you for featuring my alternate punchline, even without a donation. Here, have $23.10. It's the least I could do." So thank you very much for retroactively giving us the donation there. And that has also gone to the add custom music incentive for Donkey Kong 64 randomizer. And a $23.10 donation means that we have now met that incentive, which means that we will have custom music in the Donkey Kong 64 run coming up later today.
Cool. So that is us done with Fire Canyon. It's that quick.
And we should also say, when you get Blue Eco on the Zuma, you do go faster.
You go faster. And one of the cool things is it doesn't run out unless you you take damage, you bonk, or you let go of X. So as long as I hold X, you keep that
speed,
extra speed. And so that's just done with Hub 1. Not too shabby. So this is Hub 2, Rock Village. Now, this is something that I'm going to have to explain, and it's fun to explain because it's confusing. But
yeah,
right now,
I kind of only just understand it.
Yeah, right now, if I hit this button, we would get a cutscene. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause buffer, which is when I press the HUD button and pause on the same frame, which stops the cutscene from happening. I'm going to do it again here.
To double first try.
Yeah, no, the first one wasn't first try. But well, actually, no, we'll say it was.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. Yeah.
And then so when I save load, it skips the cutscene. Unfortunately, around that hut now is a little bubble that if we oh, this is good. I've got tons of cutscenes here.
Yeah.
If the camera or Jak hits that bubble, the cutscene will start. So you'll see it later on. I'm gonna purposefully move my camera to stay away from the hut so that we don't get that cutscene, because it's a couple of minutes and it's slow.
Yeah,
cutscenes are slow.
Yeah, because like some other like games around the PS2 and earlier era, the camera in this game is a physical object.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that like that's how I get stuck on things and stuff, is because it's a physical.
Yeah, it can get stuck behind doors and pillars and stuff.
Yeah.
So we just skipped a pretty cool pretty cool skipping that cutscene that saves us a good couple minutes actually.
Yeah.
I think it's like a minute or so.
Yes.
So this is Geologist. She is going to, we're going to buy an ore cell off her, and she's also going to tell us about these moles that we need to get back into their hole in the next level. Those moles are very annoying because they're animals, and animals in this game
are very annoying.
Suck.
That's the mantra for 100% in this game.
Yeah, it's my mantra. It's I have it tattooed on my back.
Okay.
Animals suck.
In like massive letters.
Yeah. This is Gambler. He's going to basically open up this little time trial in the next level. So we need to speak to him now, but we're not going to buy his cell because then it's we can't buy the Oracle cells when we leave the next level, which is Precursor Basin, which is the only only Zuma level in the game, other than the hub connector levels.
Yes.
So basically we have to speak to Geologist, and we have to speak to Oracle, not Oracle, Gambler to unlock stuff in Precursor Basin, which is annoying.
Yeah.
So we don't want to buy his
cell just yet,
cell.
but we need to be able to do the time trial.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get this.
Yep.
So one of the things you'll see is I still roll jump and punch even with Blue Eco because it's just the fastest way to move.
Yep. So you have to wait for the Precursor Basin text to spit if you can get on the Zuma.
All right. So this is moles. Moles is really annoying because moles they're supposed to go where I want them to go, but 9 times out of 10 they don't go where I want them to go. This is looking promising though. We might get a double mole jump into. We did.
Oh, a double?
A double. Then we want to get this guy here by just going behind him, jumping over there. And we do. That's really cool. And then another thing in this level is we have these flying purple lurkers. We want to basically hit them with the Zuma to kill them. There's 4 in the level. They've got rubber banding, so like if you go fast, they'll go fast. If you slow down, they'll slow down. But there we can just like skip the corner just to jump into him and kill him. The quickest way to turn around here is just to drive headfirst into a wall.
Yep.
That
Bonking.
is optimal. If you see me miss an orb and I don't go back for it, it's because I can just get it later. Like there's a lot of like backtracking.
You go around this level a lot.
Yeah, because there's like
especially in Hundo, you basically go around it constantly because there's loads of
ring challenges
that take you around the whole level.
I just had perfect moles. What? That is crazy.
Yeah, because if you take too long on them, I think they get out of the hole.
No, they don't get out of the hole. No, it's they basically just like sometimes they'll just run over the hole. Like you have to be like perfectly like far away, but not too far away. And if you're too close, they don't go. And I just missed this lurker because I'm poking too much. And I'm gonna get him here. Oh no, it ain't my jump. That's lovely. We're gonna get him here. Yep.
It's fine. You could collect that orb that you
Yeah,
missed.
I missed that orb. It's perfect. I did it on purpose. So this is the time trial that I talked about that Gambler, that Speaking to Gambler unlocked for us. What we want to do here is we want to collect as much blue eco as we can, because not only does it let us finish this time trial quickly, but like I said before, if I hold X and keep X held throughout while I'm on the zoomer, I keep the speed that I get from this eco, which allows me to, I can take it back out of this time trial unless I bonk like that, and then I don't get any. That's fine. All right, there's 2 more that I can get. So we're not going to be going as fast as possible, but we're going to be going pretty fast.
Yep.
This eco sucks because it's right next to some dark eco crates.
Yeah, we should mention that the dark eco crates do damage.
Yeah,
to
they
you.
do damage to you, and they'll lose your eco. So I'm not as fast as I could be, but I'm still going pretty fast. So there's 2 sets of these ring challenges. We just want to, you know, drive through the rings. If you take too long to go through a ring, they disappear, and then you have to start it all over again, which is a lot of time loss in a run. So basically, we're just doing like a little drive through now. You're just seeing the scenic route.
This is one of the reasons why if you miss an orb, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, because you just drive.
Because here, like, you
Yeah,
go around that area anyway.
Again, and then I come up through this area again, so
Yeah.
it's really good. So you're just seeing all the cool parts of Precursor base. This is, I think this is one of my favorite levels in the
I do
game.
like this level a lot
You know,
as well, yeah.
It's different from any of the other ones, and there's some cool stuff in it. Moles kind of takes it away, because Moles does not normally go as smoothly as it just did for me.
No, it usually goes horribly wrong.
So we're just going to drive up here, get the scout fly, jump off,
That's the last one.
and then that's the last one. So you see the power cell just jumps down here. So unfortunately, we're going to lose the eco here because you know
we
it's
got a
just-
bonk.
we got a bonk.
'Cause you got to
It's
turn
just
around.
we lose the eco during the cutscene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because, yeah, you're not holding X on you.
Yeah. So you just lose
Technically.
it. So yeah, so now we're just going to do the second section of basin. So we're going to get this lurker. Yeah. So the rubber banding in this can be really annoying. Like he just if you're just going too fast, he goes too fast and you can't hit it. So you want to just slow down a little bit, and then coming from the side, just do a little jump and then hit him. This is plants. This is a green eco vent. The zoomer holds the eco, and then it allows me to kill these plants. We want to be able to do this in one cycle, so we don't want to have to go back and get eco again. It's looking promising. I think I just missed a plant there, which is annoying. Oh no, I didn't. We might be able to do this in one cycle. Oh
No,
I
you
missed
missed that by
one
like
plant.
you missed that by like a tiny amount.
Tiny. Oh, that's evil. Okay, so what can happen there is that if you miss a plant, it'll start spawning the plants around it again. And there's like a little section where just as I'm driving over it, it must have spawned a plant, and I had to go back and get it. But that's not too bad. It was just a very quick 2 cycle. If you like, just have to get these orbs. We will get that cell later.
Yeah, because you come back round.
Come back around again. You will come back around and get it. We're gonna go up here again. There's just some stuff we need to do. Grab some orbs.
Some more orbs. Like this is like if you're playing the other categories, but like you don't collect like as
You
many
don't have
orbs.
to collect as many orbs, but they're so easy to collect that
This level here is like where like you get loads of orbs.
like if you're doing like a bingo run or something like when you just have like a collect this many orbs, you will go to base because it's so easy
it's
to
so
collect,
good.
so
It's
quick.
so good.
They're just all lined
The
up.
level's really compact.
Yeah.
It's very easy to collect everything in this level.
So we're gonna get this last flying lurker here. We're just gonna manipulate him in a way that where we'll try and hit him in the most optimal spot. We're just gonna slow down a little bit, and then I'm gonna speed up and hit him. That's
There
perfect.
we go.
I always miss that. I can't believe I just got.
You got it. It's
I
fine.
that's crazy. So yeah, so we've only got one last thing to do. Is a second ring.
Yep, second ring challenge.
This should be the last orb. It is.
Which is part of the reason
buzzing.
why we left the like the power cell by the plant thing.
Yeah, because we're going to collect that
we
cell
literally go right by it.
during this. Now you might see that. So that's the second to last scout flight, the penultimate scout flight, you might say.
Yes, the penultimate.
We're going to leave that. We're going to drive by the last scout flight in a second. We don't want to collect it because we're going to do something really cool to like get out of the level quickly. You might. That's quite a high up ring, but don't worry. This rock is actually a ramp. We're going to go up there. I want to be careful here because something that I've done before, which is quite funny, is I've accidentally hit the
Oh yeah,
pad there,
yeah. You can
and
hit
you
the
jump,
exit
yeah,
level.
and you just jump off, and the rings go away, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah, because it like goes.
so
You're no longer on the zoomer.
Yeah, that's so sad. So yes, we're just gonna grab these. This is like, you know those orbs that I just grabbed from that jump there? They're nowhere near that ring, which is why we kind of get them and then go back again. So we're just grabbing the cell for the plants. Then we're gonna grab the ring. So coming up here is the scout fly that we don't want to collect.
Yep.
It's the last scout fly.
It's like one of my like that scout fly grab that we do at the end of basin is one of my like favorite scout fly grabs. It's so good.
It's quite cool how it works. So I don't know how you would be able to do these rings casually, because they like,
you just have to know where they are.
Because the rings, like, they don't show up like in front of you. Like at some points they show up like out at like at the corner of your eye, and like if you miss them, then you're just gonna fail the thing.
Yeah.
Which is really mean.
It's like surprisingly annoying.
Alright, so that is the last ring. So what I'm basically going to do here after I grab this cell is I'm going to hold the HUD as I drive into the scout fly and then pause just before it. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to collect the scout fly and the power cell that comes with it, but it's also going to load the game, and it skips the cutscene that you would get when you collect the last one.
You still get the power cell.
But you still get the power cell. You still get it still loads the game, and so yeah, so it's a really cool way of getting out of basin straight away, because again, it's only got the one checkpoint and it's right at the start. So this is the Oracle. If you've got any messages you want to just pop in.
Oh, I've always got things to say. You know me by now, Tombo. We have had a $91 donation come in from, I'm still struggling with this name, Paulista has sent a $91 donation in, who says, "Me like round number." Well, unfortunately, that got decimated.
It's
so
the first run. You're
Paulista,
never going to be able to keep that on a
Paulista did bring us to $300, which is fantastic, and that $91 went towards the blindfolded tanker section incentive for the Metal Gear Solid 2 run. And then Google Cheese came in and destroyed the round number with a $6.90 donation.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Who says, "I can't be there in person, but hoping the best to all the runners. Good luck, gamers. All the best in all of your runs. Also, nice."
Nice. So we just got the cell there for putting all the moles back into the ground. So now we're going to head to the second level in Hub 2, which is the Lost Precursor City.
Yep.
So what you're going to see me as I like move towards this level is keeping the camera on the left. Because if I have the camera too far to the right, we're going to get that cutscene that we skipped earlier, and that is not good. So
yeah, we don't want that.
We don't want that. So I think once you see, here, you don't really have to worry about it. Just gonna grab these orbs, and then head into LPC. We're gonna do a little death skip here. So basically, we want to jump a few times, and that kills you, and then you spawn right in the bottom of LPC, which is pretty cool.
Because the checkpoint is
is
very generous there.
Yeah. As you like head into LPC. If you do that too early, it spawns you outside in Rock Village. It's called Getting Villaged, and it's very sad.
Getting villaged.
So LPC is a difficult level. You know how I said like in Misty everything wants to kill you? Well, in LPC literally everything wants to kill you. The water is electrified, the pipes are like burning hot, so they'll take damage off you. There's lurkers that fly about that you can't like kill like in certain stages, like this guy up here. Like you have to wait until he's non-pufferfished, which he's currently pufferfished, which is really annoying. Oh no, get out of the water. Yeah, that's annoying. So the water is electrified in a lot of places. Some of it is on like a timer, so like it will be okay to be in it, and then it won't be. So it's just a pain. And then you're doing all these boosteds across platforms.
There's a lot of boosteds in this level. Because
this is like the slowest way to get scout flies. It's like these pipes that you hit. That's why in like any percent, like no LTS, we just skip scout flies because they're really slow. You get a little cutscene every time you hit the button and stuff.
And then there's like a time limit as well, so if you mess up...
Yeah, if you mess up, you have to press the button again. It's really annoying. But no, it's cool. We're getting some boosted. During this cutscene, I am moving the camera again, just to the side, just so that at the end of it, I can just, go straight forward rather than having to do any annoying camera work. So that's that last boosted there. Get the scout fly. Missed the cycle, because of course I did.
It doesn't... Yeah, the cycle isn't like...
It's not like...
Not amazingly, like...
I'm not going to go for that movement.
No,
I always mess it up in high pressure situations.
Yep.
So that's the last Scoutfly you're going to see for a while. Like,
Yeah, because there's a big gap in the middle of LPC where, like,
there's just no Scoutflies.
there's nothing.
They're all here, and they're nowhere else. Okay, this is cool. So you might be wondering, Tombo, why did you just jump to the left there? Well, it's because you see those spinny lurkers in the room ahead of us? They're the only way of breaking some crates that have orbs in them. And if you jump to the left there, I think I did it pretty badly actually, but you can manipulate them to go towards the left and try and break this crate, which they annoyingly never seem to break for me. So we're just going to let that guy break that. I'm going to do a high jump here so I don't get electrified. I'm not going to dive down. What am I doing? So we're going to skip. There's some cool ways of getting cells in that room that we just passed, but in this route we don't do that. We're going to do a different way, equally as cool, I think. But we've just got to go down this slide, grab these crates, because apparently Jak has the strongest knees known to man.
Yeah, like
and he just breaks those metal crates as he goes into them.
Yeah, he like can't break it while he's standing still. But as he's going down a ramp, he's like, I got this. He's like, I'm good.
So those like eco collectors there that you saw, those if you collect all of them, they open up a little pod that lets you to get out of LPC. But in this route, we don't actually use that. We get the cell that it gives you in a like unintended way, and it's a really cool unintended way actually. And we just go out of LPC the way we came in using that elevator down. So these slides can be very annoying if you're doing 100% because the orb crates in them can be quite difficult to maneuver, and it's like you want to be moving as fast as you can by holding forward, and if you're moving fast it's quite hard to dodge all the things that can annoy you. And I'm going to pause buffer here, miss it, and then get this cell because we can skip the cutscene at the end of the cell and just load. So pause buffering again is just by hitting HUD and pause at the same time. Then we're going to skip that little button there because that starts like a little it starts to like this is like
like plays a cutscene, then it like starts the dark eco
from rising.
Starts rising.
So you're basically like on a time limit going up here. But if we skip that, it means we're not on a time limit. We can take this as slow or as fast as we want. Obviously, I want to try and do it fast. We're gonna do this little unintended, just jumping up there, making sure to grab the orbs that we want to grab. Just jumping up here, making sure that we avoid all the enemies. Luckily, I'm not on 1 health anymore.
Yeah, so I know because you saved what I did.
So we don't want to grab this vent. So you want to get up there as quickly as you can. So you don't want to grab that vent because we're about to do a boosted. And boosteds are a lot more difficult if you have blue eco. Yeah. Because it's harder to do that slow walk.
Yeah, you like move faster, so like it's harder to like see. Okay.
Okay, so this is like the newest thing in Hundo. It's not new, but it's the newest. So basically what we're going to do is, the normal way of getting up there is by going up there, going up those platforms and hitting the button. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the momentum of this button going back up to get over this invisible wall. So I'm going to spin a couple of times to get some distance, collect that cell that we would normally get by moving the pod, and and then we can just load and we go right back up to the top there. I can't believe I did that first try.
You really did do button jump first try, or whatever it's called, like whatever.
Button skip, I think.
Button skip, yeah. I can never remember what it's called, but yeah, you did button skip first try.
So we have to have 2 health for the skip coming up here. So if I take any more damage, I'm going to have to die. We're going to wait for this guy to be killable. That's Larry. We hate Larry.
Yeah, we don't know Larry.
And we're going to use the momentum of punching that, ground pounding on that platform to push us over the invisible wall again, so that we can just go around. So we puzzle skip. That's
that's puzzle skip.
Because puzzles suck. Yep. You know, they're slow. Nobody likes them unless you're doing a puzzle game. But this isn't a puzzle game. So now we're going to skip. If we move forward and then punch back, we go back a checkpoint. It's very strange.
Yeah, makes sense.
And now what we want to do is we want to take some damage here. I actually want damage there. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Grab the last Scoutfly. And what we want to do is we want to grab the last of the orbs and then die, and then that puts us right back to the elevator room that we had on the way in. Just grab the last of these orbs. Okay, yes.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, so that's
And
all
die.
200. That was a really good LPC.
That was a pretty good LPC. You did everything really well there.
I didn't die unintendedly.
No.
When does that happen to me? That's nuts.
You did everything real well.
Yeah. So one of the bad things about doing LPC this way, which is not a bad thing, but it's kind of annoying, is that we don't have the checkpoint that we have right now in Rock Village is the one that sends us back up to that hut. So right now I'm going to try and skip this fish. So basically the way that it keeps you from going into water is there's this big fish, the shark that wants to try and eat you.
Yeah, and
if
the music flares up when the thing
and it
gets close
like
to you.
Jaws. I'm going to explain why we tripped there in a second.
Oh yeah, that's a load.
Yeah. So we want to, if we die to that fish, it will put us back up to the hut, which is annoying. But it wouldn't do that if we came out of LPC another way.
Yeah.
So what just happened there when I tripped? This is Boggy Swamp, by the way. Another level where everything wants to kill you. What happened there when I tripped? What's really cool about this game is that as you go into levels, there's no loading like screens. It just loads as you're going in. It like stores the level. I don't think it. How does it work? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Guitar will tell you.
Well, the actual term thing is called seamless load.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
So basically, what this game does is instead of having loading screens, it like loads like segments of things at a time, and like the reason why Jak bonked there is because it wasn't finished loading.
It wasn't finished loading. Normally,
loading Boggy Swamp.
it would, you know, like if you had like a really good PS2, it would load in. You would never trip. But unfortunately, my PS2, the serial number on it is 1. So it's really old, and sometimes you will get those little trips to go into levels.
We're gonna get into the serial number speaking on PS2s.
Yeah, you want a really nice slim 90K. I have a really fat 30K.
Yeah, so like basically when you're looking at like speedrunning stuff for like PS2 and buying PS2 stuff, the different types of PS2s are all good for different things. There are actually some games where like your like the original PS2s are actually good, but there are other games where original PS2s are just not good. Most like for Jak and Daxter, luckily it doesn't matter too much either way.
Yeah, it's just your loads are a little bit slower if you've got an older PS2.
Yeah, like it doesn't matter too much.
Of course, that's so.
Oh my god. But yeah, so the ideal consoles you want normally are either the 70K, which are the most common ones, or the elusive 90K, which you can normally tell the differences between them based on like size or like what they look like, or looking at the bottom, they have a number at the bottom. So
yeah, so we are in Boggy Swamp right now. I'm going to get that health because we're in a marathon and it's scary.
yeah, Boggy wants to kill you.
Boggy wants to kill you. Like I said, there's thorns. That tar that we see there, that will kill you if you hit it. That's yellow eco, by the way. So that's the last type of eco I'll explain. Basically, it allows you to shoot fireballs, which is really cool.
And they can break stuff that you can't normally punch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they can break scout fly boxes.
Scout fly boxes.
It can break the blue. I don't know.
Can break
the
these
blue boxes. That's yeah.
metal
I couldn't think of the word. Orb
Orb
crates. There we go. I was like, what is this thing? So you.
So yeah, so they're really cool. They're really cool. So it means that we don't have to find a cannon like we would have done in Hub 1 to get these.
I have to go out to Central Beach and shooting a cannon into Boggy Swamp.
So I'm just gonna bonk there, because of course I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some damage here. I want to take that damage because it's more optimal in here. So these tethers, these rocks you see, they're what's keeping like big lurker balloon tethered to the ground. But we want to destroy that. We want to get rid of it.
Yeah,
so
we don't want it there.
Yeah, so we're gonna break the rocks and get a power cell out of it, and then die to these rats here that will spawn us back a little bit. And what's the cool thing is, so normally if you die in this game, Daxter has a funny little cutscene that will say, we're just going to skip breaking that rock and just spin and jump because you can.
Yep.
Daxter has a little cutscene that he says something funny because he's the comic relief character. But we don't like that because they're slow, so we want to find ways where he doesn't do that. And one of those ways is if you die in a little bit of water, he won't do a cutscene. So that's the most optimal way of dying. So this is a second ambush, so obviously we skipped the first ambush in Misty,
Yep.
but we can't skip this one because you get the cell from killing the last lurker. so we just want to keep collecting eco here
And shooting as much
shooting
as
as
possible.
much as possible just to kill the enemies as quickly as we can. And eventually, that was the last one. So we're just going to get this cell. My feet are quite sore.
Your what?
I've been sitting very uncomfortably, my feet. So we're going to get that cell and then jump out. So what we're about to see is we're going to see our favorite Flut
Our
that
boy.
we saved. Well, we're not saved, but we hatched. Earlier.
Yeah, we saved him from the egg.
And he's pretty cool. He's pretty fast at getting around the place. He can do ground pounds that collect everything around it, break orbs. He moves pretty quickly.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah. So we're only going to use him for oh, that's annoying. We're only going to use him for a little bit here. We use him just to collect all these orbs a lot faster than you would if you were on Jak, and like to traverse these platforms, which you wouldn't be able. We can do it. As Jak using boosters and stuff, but it's quicker to do it on Flut.
Yeah, Flut can actually go around this entire level, like, by going out of bounds and such, but like,
We don't need to do it in Hundo.
We don't need to do it in Hundo because there's actually a few things that you need to do, like, outside of, like, having Flut there, so then...
So what we want to do here is we want to kill Flut because getting off of him is quite slow on that pad. So we get the checkpoint there and then kill Flut. It's fine. He'll be fine.
He comes back later.
He comes back later.
He lives.
So that we can get off Flut really quickly and spawn here and speak to Boggy Billy. So this is the next animals suck portion of the run.
Yeah,
This is
I don't like this cell.
This is the rats minigame, and I can't stress how much I hate this minigame. I'm so bad at it, but it's easy to do. I just panic. I panic a lot, and
Just shoot.
I know, but I find it difficult. So yeah, so this is the rats minigame. There's the only two minigames really in the run are fish and
Fish
rats.
and this.
This is less RNG based. There's ways of making them spawn quicker in if you leave them. So basically, we're going to be using yellow eco to shoot the rats. And if you leave them until they're a bit closer, it stops more from spawning in. But I'm not going to do that because I want to get rid of them as quickly as possible. If they get too close, they eat a muffin, and
Yeah, we don't want them to eat the muffins.
we don't want them to eat any muffin.
I think they're mushrooms, right?
Oh, I think they might be mushrooms. They look like muffins. I call them muffins.
They might be muffins. Well, we'll have to ask the community on that one.
Yeah. So we're in this like we're locked in and we can only move left and right, and obviously you can't see the whole of the arena in one thing. So you want to be constantly going left and right just to make sure there's no rat in the right or the left, just kind of sneaking up on you. I'm going to spam this here. If you have anything you want to say, Sken me, this is the time. We're just kind of in this cutscene.
Oh, thank you so
Well,
much.
cutscene then.
I always love to chat. You know me by now. We have had a $20 donation coming from Master Jack, who says, "First time being here, and I'm loving it. Despite the tech errors, I hope there's no more. So do we. So do we." And that $20 went towards the 2-player 1-controller incentive for Metal Gear Solid 3 coming up later today.
Alright, so there's 3 phases to rats. Obviously the third phase is the hardest, which has the most rats, and they move around really quickly. Like a lot of the time, like in the earlier phases, they'll just kind of move side to side and like only move forward a little slower. But in this phase, they just kind of like gun it to the front, and you have to. That guy was really close. And you just have to kill them really quickly. There's no like lock on. Well, there's a little bit, but
Yeah, like it homes a little bit.
like a small amount. So like
and like it's not like it's like enough to kind of work, but not enough to be like.
it doesn't help you really.
It doesn't help
Oh,
you.
I did it! I didn't fail.
Let's go.
Oh my god! Oh, I fail that way too much. For how long I've been running this game for 3 years. For how long I've been running this game, I shouldn't fail that minigame as much as I do. But I just panic a lot. You know, like if I have like normally people will just be like calmly like, oh, if they see 2 they need to kill, they'll just like calmly go and kill them. Whereas me, I like scream very loudly and like you know, panic, and it's not good. Oh, I missed an orb there. That's good that I noticed that. So we're gonna grab. That's the last scout flying boggy.
Yeah.
Which quite early. So as you'll see, all of this black tar here is like part of the swamp, and it's like it will damage you if you fall into it. So you want to like, I'm going to be like really careful here and just not take any damage, because the health that we have right now is the health that goes into the next boss that we have. So I want to have, as much as I shouldn't take any damage, he says hopefully, in that boss, I'm going to make sure that I have as much health as possible. And so that's the last tether. As you're going to see the balloon just fly away. Blasting off again.
And it like
Yeah, it just kind of floats.
unplugs the thing.
And floats away. I hope there was nobody on that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
It would just be lucky.
Is there any other lore to that, or is it just a blimp that exists?
It's just a blimp. And there might be a lore. I don't think there is.
that
It's
just
a blimp.
exists.
It's just a bad guy blimp. A lot of shout outs to Rosa and G3, who created the all cutscenes category, where you watch every cutscene in the game because they're crazy. It's a really fun. I'm only on 1 health. I love that. But yeah, so you get a lot more lore, because a lot of the characters like Samos and Kira, who are our friends, they have a lot of cutscenes that we just don't watch because, you know, you don't, like, most people probably, if they're doing it casually, wouldn't watch it because you just kind of walk up to them and press circle. But yeah, so you get a lot of lore of the game that way. Like, they'll tell you like where to go and stuff. So this is boulder skip. This is really cool. This lets us skip one of like the power cell requirements. We just kind of do an uppercut over here, get a standpoint, and then go over the boulder. I've failed that a lot in practice over the last couple of days. I'm surprised I got that first try. So this is Claw. This is the boss of Hub 2. He's a big scary guy that hurls boulders at you. He's really mean. So we're just going to jump down here. And this is the kind of arena, the arena we want. There is a way of skipping Claw by what we call lava walk, but we don't need to do it in Hundo because Claw...
There's a cell for defeating.
Yeah, there's a cell for defeating Claw, so we don't actually need to do it. We can't skip it. We need to kill him. Yeah. So we get blue eco here, which forms the bridge in front of us, and then we get yellow eco here. We want to make sure we only get 1 yellow eco while we're firing at Claw, so that we can grab 2, because there's a way of basically making this fight a whole lot easier. And that is by doing a quad jump here, which I'll explain in a sec, and getting out of the arena. And the boss fight continues, but we have no risk of getting damaged.
Yeah,
because we're standing up.
so even though you're on 1 hit point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because he can't hit us down here. So basically, what a quad jump is if you get 2 jumps in the game, a double jump. But if you have yellow eco, you can double jump, fire the eco, which gains you a bit of height, and then can you jump again? You can't jump again. You just spin.
You can spin.
And then that lets you get to places that you're not supposed to get to.
Yeah, so...
Oh, okay, that was close.
So basically, the yellow eco part of it gives you the extra bit of height, but then the spin lets...
Yeah, the spin there gives
you
the extra height, yeah.
The spin gives you a tiny amount of height, but also lets you maintain your position, which is why it's useful.
So yeah, so this is there's only like most things in the game, there's 3 phases. This is the 3rd phase. Each time he shoots small boulders, so you kind of just want to wait him out. And so one of the things you might notice is that behind him is the way to get through the rest of the game, but we don't want to do that right now. Actually, we want to.
Yeah, still got a little bit to do.
We've got some things to do in Rock Village. I hate being on 1 health here. We've got some things we want to do in Rock Village. So once Claw drops this boulder on his head for the last time,
and he dies.
Once that spawns, we're gonna fall into the lava, kill ourselves, and we're gonna go back into Rock Village.
Yeah, because now that the power cell was there, we don't have to fight Claw again.
Yeah, we don't have to fight Claw again. The power cell spawned, so he's gone now. So we're gonna go last scout fly in Rock Village. So the reason we do this, we go backwards, is one of the people that we're about to buy a cell from is this guy called Warrior. And Warrior, his first cutscene is the 3rd longest cutscene in the game, I think. I think it's like a 2.5 minute to 3 minute cutscene.
Yeah.
So we don't want that cutscene. And the way of skipping it is by, once we defeat Claw, that cutscene goes away.
Yeah, because he tells you to go fight.
I don't think he tells you.
No, but he says something, doesn't he?
He says something about it.
He says something about that.
And so we don't want that cutscene, so we defeat Claw, go back, and we skip that cutscene basically.
He's very upset about something.
He's very well. He tried to defeat Claw, and he failed miserably. So yeah. So now we're just going to talk to Gambler a couple more times, get the cells for doing the.
Meanwhile, Jak does it with relative.
Yeah, he does it with well, he can channel eco, you know, which is a feat that only Jak has. That poor warrior never stood a chance.
Yeah.
So grab gamblers. I can do a pretty good gambler impression, but I'm not going to do it here.
Yeah, so he gives you a cell for doing the
time
race,
trial,
and then
we buy one.
and then you buy one. Yeah.
So we've only got a couple. We just got to get the
Some
last
orbs.
couple of orbs that are now on that we can now get because the warrior moved these platoons.
Pontoons.
Pontoons, that's it, for us. So that's all the. Get out of the water, please. That's all the orbs in Rock Village, and now we have to do boulder skip again, which is annoying.
Yeah. So like, all we're doing here is we're skipping the cutscene.
Oh we failed
no!
it. I did my extend. So one of the uppercuts that you can do that's not a boosted is an extended, where you get a lot of height from it. I did mine too deep there. Oh, that's.
Oh, you hit the boulder.
Hit the boulder. I am having a lovely time.
Yeah, if you go too close to the boulder, you take damage. If you don't go near enough to the branch or far enough away, then you just fail it. There we go. That should be fine.
There we go.
You actually get a lot of time to do the jump. Like it's longer than what you think.
It's harder than it looks because a lot of the times the camera can move weirdly,
Yeah.
and then that stops you from keeping. The,
I also do enjoy how because we didn't watch the cutscene. Even though we beat Claw, he's still just there.
Yeah, he's still there.
Throwing stuff around.
So we're just going to try and not fall into the lava. That's good.
Yep.
Right, so now we're in Mountain Pass. This is the last sort of. Come on. This is the connect.
No, that was the right way to turn things.
Definitely. Yeah. That was optimal.
That was optimal.
So you got these flying lurkers here, and these guys are trying to race to the end of Mountain Pass to blow up the whole of Mountain Pass, which is so we're racing these guys. And one of the annoying things about how this race works is the game doesn't judge you beating this by getting there first. It just goes by how far away you are from the lurkers. So if you do this too fast and
You
you're
lose
too far
anyway.
away, you lose anyway. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So we want to be fast, but we also need to collect everything. We want to make sure we get all these orbs and the scout flies.
Yeah, which actually does help a tiny bit with making sure that you're not too
Yeah.
far away.
So if you get the scout fly cutscene at the end, which slows you down. But oh my god, there's orbs here. I forgot.
Tombo, don't forget the orbs.
I forgot the orbs. So I just lost my eco there, but it's fine because there's
there's loads of eco.
There's
in
loads
this.
of eco in this.
You missed that one.
I missed that one, not on purpose, but
It's
we're gonna
fine.
pretend it was on purpose.
You get loads.
There's 3 vents here.
Yeah, there's loads of vents here.
Yeah. So we're definitely not going to be too fast now, which is good, because I lost all that eco there. So that's all the orbs.
And that's scout flies.
That's the scout flies. I like what's it called? Fire Canyon.
Fire Canyon.
The only. Oh no, not like.
Why no? There is one other.
There is one more cell. It's called Backward Cell. I was about to do it. So we beat the flying lurkers we got here. We got to the end, but there's still one more thing we have to do.
Yeah, there's a few ways you can grab this cell.
There's
This is the
backward cell we call it because we go backwards.
Yeah, we go backwards. But there's a couple of ways you can grab this cell.
The intended way is there's a button in Hub 3 that opens yellow vents.
And then you can grab yellow eco and destroy the boulder that's in front of it.
Exactly, and that's the intended way to do it. But that would mean that we would backtrack. We don't let them backtrack.
No, we don't backtrack.
So there's a couple of different ways we can do this. You could do this on the Zoomer a couple of ways, but it's quite hard, and you would try to do it during the race. But if you fail it too many times, then
just lose.
you fail the race and you get put all the way back. The other way of doing
nice.
it. Thank you. The other way of doing it is just by jumping up that wall, spinning, and it just pushes you up, and you can get up here in a completely non-intended way.
That's also another trick that looks very easy, but can be
It's not.
deceptively
Yeah.
annoying because you have to be in exactly the right position on the wall, and then jump and spin at the right time, or you have to high jump and spin very quickly, next to each other, or you don't go anywhere basically.
So this is Hub 3, Volcanic Crater. So I'm going to skip this cutscene again.
All right,
Yes,
good.
I got it. So basically, like we did in Hub 2, we pause buffer and, but unlike in Hub 2, I kill myself right after by jumping into the lava, which basically means that the game thinks I got the cutscene, so there's not going to be that bubble.
Yeah, the bubble doesn't exist in this
The
one, which is
bubble-
so much better than.
Why did I spin? Well, I didn't spin. I rolled.
Why did you roll jump?
I don't know. Things are happening. I meant to just do a quick uppercut up here. So we're just going to go over these rails. These rails can be really finicky because you know the carts that are going above going along it can knock you off if you ledge.
You can
grab.
also fall through.
You can fall through them, but luckily you can ledge grab onto the wooden bits. So we're just going to do a boosted over to here, and then we're going to make our way into the level, first level in Hub 3. I do roll jumps along these, which is really risky.
Yeah, it's pretty risk.
But I enjoy doing it. I like the risk.
So this is Spider Cave. Spider Cave is... I don't like Spider Cave.
I love Spider Cave. I love Hub 3. I think it's because it's the hub that when you start out is the hardest. So it's the hub I've practiced the most.
Yeah.
So it's you won't be able to tell that from my gameplay.
The gameplay about to be hot garbage, right?
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. So one of the first.
No, you have to prove me wrong. That's
oh
the
yeah,
point.
that's what I'm gonna do. So one of the first things we're gonna do in Spider Cave is we're gonna kill these gnawing lurkers that are trying to take out these pillars. We do this just by going into the goggles and getting. If we just stand on this yellow eco vent, we just get like infinite stream of yellow eco. So these take 2 hits to kill. I think there's like 9 of them. Then we're going to do a quad jump up here, break that scout fly, miss the orb. One of the annoying things about roll jumps is you will sometimes roll jump over orbs, which can be really annoying. Those lurkers also drop orbs, which is annoying. See? Where is he? Oh, how did that happen?
He's up there.
But normally he should be waiting for me down there. It's weird. Yeah, so we got that guy.
Another quad.
Another little quad. A lot of little cool jumps in this level, just to get you extra height. Those purple crystals, there's 5 of them in this level that we want to break. You'll hear that sort of alarm going off. That means that they're about to explode. So just get these last couple of gnawing lurkers. That guy's going to very slowly come down here. There we go. That's the last one. So that spawns the cell. That went quite well. Normally, like, you can get stuck on those gnawing lurkers. Like if you're missing your shots, you can get kind of stuck on those lurkers. That was a risky roll jump, but we did it.
Yep. So this entire thing is covered in like ponds of dark eco. So
there's a crystal down here I'm gonna get just by doing a high jump and shooting, which is pretty cool. Like the eco will like auto lock onto the crystal, which is awesome.
Yep, this is a dark room.
Dark cave, yeah. So there's basically you can't see unless you hit these crystals. That was mean.
Yeah.
There's also these big giant spiders in Spider Cave, which like they shoot like fireballs at you and stuff, and they just tend to mess up your day if you get too close to them. But they're pretty easy to kill, and one of the cool things about them is, unlike most enemies in the game, which if you kill them and then you die, all the enemies respawn, but those spiders don't. They just stay away. So this room's kind of cycle based because you got to wait for these lifts.
Yep.
This is kind of a bad cycle that we've got here. So I'm just going to make the most of it. I'm not going to make that one there.
Nah, you made it.
Nice. So there's a little standpoint we can try and get on the side of this wall, which we did get. That's nice. I'm going to make sure I can see.
Yeah, yeah.
It is optimal to be able to see when you're playing a video game, unless you're blindfolded. Shout out to the blindfolded run that we might have later on. So that's Dark Cave done with. Went smoothly.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna
jump
into this dark eco. There's a lot of death abuse in this level.
Yeah, because
just to get to new checkpoints.
Yeah, because there's like a lot of checkpoints in this level as well. It is like this level is surprisingly pretty fair with its checkpoints in a lot of places.
Say so.
Like because there's a lot of them because this level is very large. So like the fact there's like there's like things everywhere for you to checkpoint to.
There's a lot of good places that you can get back to, and a lot of good strats to get out of areas that we want to be in. Okay, I'm going to beat these first. That's the last crystal that we have to get.
So we'll get a power cell from that.
Nice. I nearly roll jumped straight into the dark.
You really did. You were like, no, time to die again.
No, I don't want. I don't
want to sell.
I don't want to sell. I want to die. So there's little spider webs that give me the later on. This is a cool little death abuse here. If I roll jump into the eco, move my camera forward and then move it back, it won't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that didn't happen.
You didn't move it back quite enough, did you?
I don't know why that didn't work. There's probably reasons. There we go.
Yeah,
so
I think you did the same thing again.
By moving the camera around, it gives you the checkpoint further down.
Yeah, because as we said earlier, it's a physical object.
Yeah, so it lets you just skip along a little bit. So this is Robot Room. This is basically just, there's a couple of cells and a lot of orbs in this room. So we're going to try and get them in the most optimal way. Just going to kill that guy there, just because he's annoying. Those guys have these big drills in front of them, because basically what's happening is the main enemies in this game that we're skipping, they're trying to drill this big robot out of the rock. We're going to take damage there on purpose, just to get a little bit of a boost there. Get all these, there's so many orbs in this room. These are the poles. These poles suck, because sometimes you like spin around them, but sometimes Jak just doesn't want to grab onto them, and it makes me unhappy. So we're just going to make our way around this room, just grab all the orbs, and then make our way up to that power cell that you can see there. Nice. So this is the quickest way to get these orbs.
Just stand on it for a couple.
Stand on here. Did I get all of them? I'm going to quickly check. I didn't. I'm very glad I checked.
Yeah, because so we'll say this now: missing one orb in any level
invalidates the run.
Not only does it invalidate the run, it's very annoying.
Yeah,
because you have to find where you missed it.
You have to find the orb. So like, you have no idea. It will take like, because the good thing is that if you've done this category for long enough, you kind of know. Oh, that's annoying. You kind of know. I just died. That's fun. You kind
nice.
of know where the where like the most missed orbs are. Like,
yeah, because there are like a group of very missable ones.
Yeah, in most levels there's orbs that, you know, like maybe the blue eco didn't attract to it like it should have. Stuff like that. But unfortunately that's not always the case. Sometimes you miss an orb that you've never missed before, and then you have to find it in these very large levels, and it's kind of annoying. So we're just going to make our way through the rest of this room. If there's any messages you want to talk about, Skimmy, then now's a good time.
We have had another donation come in. We have a $20 donation coming from Fingers to Hand, who says, glad to finally catch one of these and looking forward to being on site later today. A great marathon so far, guys. Let's make my hosting shift that wee bit more entertaining by having the MGS2 Tanker chapter. It says Ranker, but I'm assuming they mean Tanker. Tanker chapter played blindfolded, which, as you mentioned just a little while ago, the blindfolded tanker section for Metal Gear Solid 2 could be coming up later. We're about halfway into that incentive so far. We are on $131 of the $250 needed to make that a blindfolded segment. So keep those donations coming in, and don't forget to assign them to the incentives. Thank you. I didn't know I told a joke.
No. It's just I'm doing Tombo things in this game.
I mean, we expect nothing else.
Okay, so this is.
That was pretty good.
That was quite funny, actually. What I'm doing here I think is the hardest thing for a newcomer to do. This is Spider Cave, and there's these breakable boxes in them that you need to get yellow eco to break. Normally, there's a little vent there that you can see that is turned on. But we don't have it turned on because we haven't been to Snowy Mountain yet. So we have to take eco from further back and bring it to here. It's very difficult. If you bonk once, you're not going to make it. If you take damage, you're not going to make it. So it's really difficult when you first start out. But once you get into the groove of things, it's a little bit easier to get. And I got it first try, which I'm very surprised about.
Yeah, you did get the setup first try, but you did get the actual trick first try.
Let's not talk about things. Let's not talk about things I do wrong. Let's only talk about things I do right.
Okay, so that's how it works.
That's what I expect from my commentators. So now, yeah, we're just mopping up Spider Cave. This is going quite well.
Yeah.
Only a few little unintended deaths, but we will take those. So we're just kind of making our way back up here. We've been up here before, but we just need to collect a couple more orbs and a couple more cells. So this cell is we call this the quad jump cell. So see all these moving platforms? There's like a path to get up to this cell, but what we're going to do is we're just going to quad jump up to this cell. If we actually get the correct jump there. So that's a lot quicker than like slowly moving.
You have to go
around
from
this
platform to platform, otherwise it takes forever.
And then we're also going to use this eco. That's us done with Spider Cave, by the way, which is great. We're also going to take this yellow eco just outside of Spider Cave because there's a hidden cell just outside that's in our breakable box. And me shooting there broke that box because it like homes in on it. Yeah, split. I know. I want to split.
That cell just feels like the most splittable
It's
cell.
the most splittable cell. It's like right as you leave. So now we're gonna go.
It feels so good. You're like, I'm done with Spider Cave. You're like, get me out.
Let
of
me
it.
out. See, I like Spider Cave. You don't. So now we're gonna take this gondola up to Snowy Mountain, which is the kind of like the second to last level of the game. So we're nearly there. We're on the home stretch. This is a very difficult level because of some of the movement we use with. We actually use Flip Flop for most of this level.
Yes. Yeah, because Flip Flop is only meant for a solo course, but we go now. We need him elsewhere.
We take Flip Flop. The game's like, no, we don't want you to have Flip Flop. We're like, no, we're taking Flip Flop.
We're like, Flip Flop's coming with us.
Yeah, he's coming with us. So yes, this is Snowy Mountain. This is a lot of people's favorite levels of the game. I don't know if this is my favorite level. I have a love-hate relationship with Snowy. It's really cool, but again, I'm going to say it, everything wants to kill you. There's a lot of things that you can take damage on. A lot of places where you can fall off and die. There's ice physics in this level.
Yeah, there's a lot of ice physics, which can get very annoying.
Which is really annoying because...
You missed an orb.
I got it though. Because... a lot of the places, they don't have like barriers that keep you on platforms, so if you spin off, you just die. So this is Red Eco that we had in Misty. It just lets you break things a lot easier, like that guy's shield. There's 3 of those guys that we need to kill in the game. So here, this is like the end of a section, but we're going to skip that end just by going underneath an invisible wall, failing. There's an invisible wall here that we just want to get underneath, which we did there. Nice.
There's a few ways to do that, but it's one of those jumps that's deceptively...
Yeah, it's a lot difficult because you can't see the wall, but there is a wall that's at the top of that opening.
Yeah, you have to go like underneath it and then grab the...
Yeah,
that's why you spin, because you can move a little bit when you spin, so like you like punch off and spin, and you hope that the spin you drop enough from the punch, then the spin maintains your height enough that Jag goes, oh, I grab it.
So as you can see, moving around here, it's pretty slow, you know, like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go grab Flop Flop, which is going to make things a lot faster. We're going to roll jump up this
which is real cool.
slide, which is really cool. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but we can. We're going to get this eco here.
Yeah, because like even if like it looks like we missed a bunch of stuff, don't worry.
We will be coming back.
We're just going to go back and grab it with Flop Flop because it's way easier.
So that guy normally jumps off the drill when you kill all the enemies around him, but if you jump onto the drill, he also jumps off, which is speedier than killing the enemies. So this section here is what the sorry, I can't speak.
This is the intended.
This is the intended way of getting that cell that we got a few moments ago. But we don't need to do this. But there's orbs on this section, so we need to actually just kind of get along. Oh my god, I missed that. I've never missed that. So we're just going to try that. We're going to pretend. So this section, we're just going to deja vu. So this section, there's some orbs on it. I can't believe I missed that jump. That's really annoying. So we're just going to make our way through this with Flop Flop. These little platforms are like timer based, as you can tell by the ticking clock that's going on right now. You want to, if you take too long,
I don't know how you missed.
I don't know how I missed that either.
I don't know what happened.
So that's the last orb, so we're just going to
kill
You
were right by the last orbs.
It was literally the last orbs. So normally, here, you can't get out of here. There's a wall there, invisible wall. But what we're going to do is we're going to ground pound into the wall, and we're just going to go around the wall. You know, walls are small. We don't need them. So we're going to... So, like I said, the cool thing about Flop Flop is if you ground pound, he, like, collects all the orbs around him. So it basically makes it really easy to, like... oh, god damn it. I'm going to kill that guy because he get really annoying later.
Yeah.
Preferably not taking damage. So basically, if you die on Flop Flop here, it's really unoptimal because
you have to go back and get him.
You spawn without him, and it's much more better to have him. So you have to decide: do I want to do the rest of this level on foot, or will it be quicker for me to go get Flop Flop? You know, a lot of decision making and stuff, and it's just slow to go either to do it without him or to go back and get him. So we're going to try and skip the cutscene of this cell there, which we did. Nice. That is only the second time in my life that I've ever got that. because while I was practicing last night, I realized I'd been doing it wrong. So that is only the second time I've ever gotten that.
That may, yeah, okay.
So that just basically what we did there was we made it so that the cell deloaded. Oh, come on, I missed an orb.
Yeah, so basically, you went high enough to where it deloads the cell, and because it deloads the cell, it like when you collect it, it like goes, oh, I can't play the cutscene.
Yeah, it doesn't play the cutscene
Because it's not there anymore, essentially.
But
like,
it's not. It doesn't actually save too long because one of the good things about Flutflut
He has a really fast cutscene.
he has a really fast like grabbing cell cutscene. Whereas because there's like tons of different ones all throughout the game that you have with Jak and Daxter doing little dances and stuff. But some of them could be faster than others. But the Flutflut one is consistently the fastest. So this is the worst area in this level. It's basically a big ice thing with enemies, and these blockers here, those little force fields around them knock you back. So you can imagine, I'm just going to kill these enemies.
Ice physics getting knocked back.
Enemies, Flutflut, who's not supposed to be on this ice. So we're just going to... How did I miss that?
Being...
One of the cool things is though, if you ground pound and then don't put any inputs in, he just stops.
Flutflut doesn't move.
He just doesn't move. So that's one of the ways that we kind of get around that ice physics. So this is not intended. We're supposed to like get some red eco and kill all those guys. Oh my god, what is happening? But we're just gonna ground pound into the wall and grab Flutflut.
Grab up. Because like when you touch certain ledges while on, or like certain parts of walls while on Flutflut, he like grounds himself for like a couple of seconds.
So you can jump.
So you can jump up. I don't know if it's a couple of seconds. Maybe way too long.
I think that's way too long. So there's a little like assault course here that we don't want to do. We want to ground pound into the wall here.
And yeah, you do the same thing there.
Oh my god! Oh no! All right, this is fine.
Because you spawn right there and you can just
we can spawn right there, and there's a way of doing it without Flutflut. We just kind of do a little uppercut extended up here.
That was very upsetting. Right
that was very upsetting. Okay, so there's a little 2-frame jump here that I'm going to try and get. There's 2 frames where I can do this jump and it will like
launch
me up. This is really difficult. I didn't get it.
No, you didn't get it.
That was a terrible attempt as well, actually.
Yeah, you only got the crouch out.
Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a boost over to this wall. This isn't a wall, this is just like a staircase. So we're just going to jump up it. We're going to go into the goggles here, turn around, and then do a little extended up so we get out of here. I'm going to grab this, and then I'm going to go and get Flutflut.
Yeah, because luckily we're right by Flutflut.
Luckily, that's like the best. That's like the best time in the. If you had to choose a place to die while on Flutflut,
it's there.
That's where you want to do it because you can just kind of get up here really quickly. Obviously, the best way is just to not die.
It's just don't die.
Just don't die.
If you're gonna die
Die
optimally.
optimally, exactly.
It's like worse to live by.
Yeah, so this is kind of annoying to do because there's that little guy who's running about. I have to try and get these orbs and then also get the. See, it's just.
At least you got the orb.
I got the orb, yeah. And then we're gonna get this one. We're gonna get this blocker here.
Oh, is that the last one?
This not the last one, no. It's the last one in this little section. So there's a couple of orb crates around here. There's also another secret little cell here that we can that we normally have to get with yellow eco, but we can get with Flutflut.
Yeah, Flutflut's so strong that
he can just break those straight away.
He just destroys it.
He has the power of fire. So this is really tricky because the platform's really small.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be like on Jak, not Flutflut, so it's a little bit easier to do that with Jak. So we're just finishing up snow.
Oh yes, it's the ones that I forgot about these ones because you didn't go here first.
Yeah. So there's these little snowballs that come down and they're trying to kill Flutflut. They can be really annoying. Like if you're on 1 health here, this is a really terrible place to die on Flutflut. And
yeah, because you have to, because this is the decision of do I go back and get him or not?
Yeah,
my chair is broken.
Oh, Rebel's chair is just broken.
My chair broke. No. My chair!
Are you okay?
I'm alright.
You just disappeared.
I've heard of tech issues, but this is ridiculous.
So, Rebel's chair's broken. I'm just going to continue with this.
We're working on it.
We want to just get the last... Oh, I've missed an orb. I can see it. Is that it up there? Oh, it's there. Oh my god. Thank the Lord. So that's all. That's us done. We just need to get this last cell. So what we're going up here is we're going to have gondola skip. So basically that gondola took us the way up. That's a long cut, so we want to skip it. So we're going to skip it with Flutflut. We're going to jump off here in a very specific way. And we're going to fail it, because of course we did. So yeah, so now there's... I could go get Flut again, but it's not really needed. Unfortunately, we got kind of like a bad spawn there. So we're just gonna take the gondola. One of the cool things about gondola skip is that you now you would get Flut. Happy? You would get Flut in Volcanic Crater, which you're not supposed to have. Watch your feet. You're on my cable. So yeah, I failed gondola skip, by the way.
What'd you fail?
I do. I'm gonna blame your chair breaking.
That was very funny.
Copium. Somebody clip that.
That was a good clip.
Yeah, that would be a funny clip. So basically, what happens in gondola skip is you spawn down at the bottom here, and then you speak to miners, and basically you get Flut for the whole of the end of Volcanic Crater, which is really good because we have to collect a lot of buying cells, so the cutscenes are what's the word? Faster.
Faster,
How did I forget the word fast in a speedrun? The cutscenes are faster, and then also you can move around faster, but we just don't have him here, which is not too bad. We just have to do a little bit slightly different movement. So these guys, we will buy 4 power cells off of these guys for 90 orbs each. So just a couple cutscenes. If you have any messages you want to hit us with, now is the time.
Oh, I always love talking. I'm going to say that every single time you throw it over to me. You know I love to chat.
You do love to chat.
We are live here in Scotland for UKSG Blue 2023, our 3rd event of the year. You are watching the United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering, which is a 2-day speedrunning marathon coming to you live from the banks of the River Clyde here in Glasgow, Scotland. And we are raising money to support Crisis, a charity supporting people out of homelessness for good. They achieve this through education, training, and support with housing, employment, and health. 90% of all the donations we raise throughout this 2-day event go directly towards supporting Crisis, and 10% come towards supporting UKSG's future events. We run 3 events a year, red, green, and blue. This is UKSG Blue. And I'll pass it back to Tombo and Rebel.
Thank you. I also love to talk.
You do.
So we're just going to finish up Volcanic Crater here. Like I said, there's just a few cells that we have to buy, and a few orbs and stuff that we have to get. It's just a couple more cutscenes to do, and then we'll be going on to the final sort of part of the game, which is Goal in Maya's Citadel. Which is like the final level. Those are the boss.
Yeah, there's so many miner cells.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
There's so many.
I didn't get this till recently. He's a bird brain.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
He's got a bird in his head.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, who's always angry, he's a hothead. He's got a flame on the top of his head. Look.
Yeah.
Crazy. You know? That's crazy.
Character
development.
Character developments.
So that's the last cell that we'll buy from these guys. Those are the only 2, apart from Samos and Kira, those are the only 2 NPCs in Volcanic Crater. It's not a very hospitable place. So I'm just going to grab that. So obviously like that, if you have Flut, it's so much quicker because you just, ground pound and get it. You don't have to do any extra stuff. So we're just going to grab it. That should be the last orb. And then there's another oracle here that we're going to speak to. I think I was on PB pace until Snowy. It's very sad.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some gaming occurring.
Spider Cave went surprisingly well.
Yeah.
I have a lot of time saving Hub 3 when it comes to my PB. My PB's on 147. And so I have a lot of time saving that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like Hub 1 actually takes a surprisingly long time to do.
Hub 1 it takes surprisingly long, and then but then it also like you reset there the most. You know what I mean? So like you don't have time save there because you always take the best run. But when you get to Hub 3, the mistakes that you make cost you a lot of time.
Like that.
So I always end up having a ton of time save in Hub 3. So we're just going to get the last 2 scout flies of Volcanic Crater here. And then we're going to go talk to Kira again because the next area that we have to get through is Lava Tube, which is another Zuma little level. And then we will be all the way over to Golemized Citadel. So, like the other connector levels, there's just some scout flies and some orbs to collect in here. Again, one of the reasons why we were collecting all these power cells is to... I'm saying the thing that Kira was going to say at the same time.
Yeah.
It got very confusing. Yeah, but we're just trying to make the heat shield work on higher temperatures.
Yes.
So we need 72
For that to be a
for
thing.
that to happen, but obviously we have more because we're doing the 100%.
That blinking animation
Yeah.
for Dax is pretty good.
The cutscenes in this are really good. Like, the characters are good. It's a really well sort of imagined world. It's one of the things I love about Jak and Daxter.
So you can use them to keep the temperature down. And don't forget to activate the teleport
Okay.
in Yellow Sage's lab.
So, one of the cool things about this level
He does
is-
that as well, gets me every time.
Yeah.
I don't know why he does that.
I don't know why he does that either. So these balloons here, these keep us cool. If you hear like an alarm going off, that means we're getting too hot. Something I struggle with a lot actually.
Yeah.
And
Understandable.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh,
Don't miss the orbs,
I'm trying
please.
not to. So basically, like we want to get those balloons to cool us down, or just miss them entirely. So that keeps us from exploding while we're collecting all these orbs. All these orbs, there's like sort of two halves to Lava Tube. All the orbs are in the first half, which is pretty good. Means we don't have to really worry about them later. But the scout flies are in both. Oh wow, that's so tilting.
You missed one orb, and now
Now
all of them.
we're gonna be hot. Okay, get that guy, get the scout fly. Oh wow. Am I about to die?
This may be a.
This may be a little bit of
Oh
no, we're gonna be fine.
Okay, you're by the. Okay, we're
So
in.
but what we can do here is
Just die
we've got
here,
a
and now you're at the
checkpoint.
checkpoint. Yeah.
We die there, and then we spawn just above us. So this is the oranges room. We want to get this yellow eco, shoot these oranges just to open the next door. They can be really annoying because you can just miss them for no reason.
Yeah. Luckily, that room, the entire thing's like a cold spot.
It's not actually. It's
Oh, is
hot.
it not?
Yeah,
Is
no.
it hot
The
in
only
there?
cold spot is like these.
Oh,
rays.
these things. Yeah.
So
sorry.
these let you.
Yeah, but
lose.
there's a lot of balloons in there, so if you needed to, you
If you
can
need
go
to,
around
you
there.
can go grab them. Yeah.
But dying is better because you're right at a checkpoint.
So just making our way through Lava Tube. If you have anything you want to say, I know how you love to talk, Scummy. Now would be the time.
I mean, I'm bored of talking, if I'm honest.
You're never bored of talking.
Can I plug some prizes and incentives?
I'd love you
going to. I don't need your permission, Tombo. I'm going to do it anyway.
Ooh,
We have some amazing prizes and incentives available to anybody that donates. So a couple of our main prizes this event. We have an amazing display poster available. It is a medium standard design, and the minimum donation to be entered for a display poster is $20, and that is cumulative. So any smaller donations all add up towards making you eligible for that prize. We also have a large size UKSG classic zipped hoodie available for merely $15 cumulative donations across the event. And a reminder of some of the incentives that we have available. You can choose which Devil May Cry game gets run later on today. Whether you like Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2, or Devil May Cry 3, you can choose which game gets run by putting your donation towards that incentive. We also have the blindfolded tanker section for Metal Gear Solid 2, the 2-player 1 controller for Metal Gear Solid 3, and a surprise, a late entry to the incentives list. We have the anime % run available now for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 run coming up later on today. For just $100, we can change all of the NPCs into anime characters.
Okay, so there's some things happening right now. I'm trying to pause buffer and it's not working for some
This is
reason.
not working for you.
There we go. Oh wow.
Oh, no,
wow,
no,
it ate my roll.
You missed the roll, so.
Okay, so basically what we're trying to do here is we're trying to pause buffer so that we can die. So basically there's a cutscene as we enter there that we don't want, and then the checkpoint gets messed up and it spawns us right at the top here, which is really cool. So they're basically in an any % run, you've just skipped that entire level there just by pause buffering, dying, and then you spawn up the top. But this isn't an any %, we are doing 100%. So we have to go back.
And it's still faster.
But this is still much faster because we can get to the end of sections because we're up at the top. So there's like, basically what's been happening in the game is that these sages have been being kidnapped by the enemies, and each sage has a little section, and at the end of the section you free the sage. But we're going to do them kind of unintended ways. Here, what I'm doing here is I'm holding the HUD and then pausing as the power cell falls. That skips the cutscene. that would normally play, but because that we got the last cutscene first, if we get one of those cutscenes, the game crashes.
Yes.
So we really don't want that to happen.
It used to be, I think it was before we found out about holding the HUD for this, right? You should just have to pause
Yeah.
on the right frame, and if you miss it, you crashed here at the end of the game.
So like if you miss it, you crash. But if you get the pause, you can just kind of load back to the last one, which is annoying, but it's better than crashing the game.
Yeah.
So that's just done with that section. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll jump over to the next one. So one of the reasons why I don't get this cell straight away, I go in here, is because you don't get the checkpoint until you leave, rather than like not just being there gets you the checkpoint. It's like coming through here that gets you the checkpoint. Yeah, so that's there's only 5 cells in this level.
Yeah.
So we call these pizzas. These cycles continue after you die. So if you get like a bad cycle where you can't make it, it's worth just going for it, because even if you die,
It'll be on the same cycle.
Yeah, it'll be on the same cycle. So you lose the same amount of time as just waiting for the cycle to be better. So you might as well just go for it. This room is really annoying. It's really empty. There's just a bunch of jump pads with orbs. So I need to just kind of jump along. One annoying thing that can happen is if you land on a jump pad for some reason, I don't know why this happens, but you'll just randomly jump again, which is really annoying for these ones where you have to wait to get along the side. So there's just one more of these. I do have an orb count for this room, so we'll know if I am
You'll know if
doing
you're
right.
fighting on orbs.
And I am. That's really good. So we're not gonna make our way to the end of this section because we've already been there. So we're just gonna die and then spawn back at the start, and then we'll head towards the last section of the game. We want to keep this blue eco for as long as we can, because there's this little platforms coming up where having the blue eco means that we just collect the orbs rather than having to like jump along each individual one. That's just this bit here. So those buttons there, if you press them, it creates the bridge, but if you don't have blue eco, you would have to create the bridge, but we have blue eco, so we don't need to. So we're just going to get this. This is like, if you die here, it's really bad, because you spawn all the way back to that bit that I was just at.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
So you kind of want to be safe, but then also, trying to be fast. So it's like, what is the most optimal way? And it's being safe. I'm just going to try and get my camera to...
Yeah, that camera was not working.
That was not working. And also, my goggles weren't working there either, which was weird. So now we have a checkpoint, which is good. Getting here gets a checkpoint, so we don't have to worry. So I'm going to fail at doing something, and I'm going to try. So if you hit the button again, it gets rid of the bridge. You'll see that there's individual colors. If you hit a color, that color platform disappears. So we got all those orbs there. They're kind of finicky to get. This room gets quite loud.
There's a lot of
all these little jumpy guys. So they're basically constantly spawning in. There's like these spawners at the end of this room. So I'm going to try my best to not get damaged by these guys, and then make my way over to them, over to these spawners, and just destroy them, which will stop them spawning in, and then I have to kill all of them to unlock the door. So we want to kind of get them into this like sort of bottleneck.
Yeah,
so that they're easier to kill. Because if they're in that big room, they kind of like, they're hard to hit because they jump around. But if you can get them into that little corridor there, they're a lot easier to kill. This is a pretty bad cycle, but I'm not going to go for anything here because it spawns me pretty far back. Then we're going to get this last one of these. Thank God I got that.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Whoa. Just trying to get that button there, but sometimes I will die. Alright, so now we're just going to make our way up here.
Yes.
So once you free all the stages, these platforms spawn, which allows you to get to the top in the intended way. Again, we've got a couple more of these pizza spinning things, and then these platforms, which I just missed. This cycle is like the most annoying cycle in the game. There's been world record runs that have been lost because of
this cycle.
Because of these cycles, like these cycles are so annoying. Like how long have I had to stand here just because I missed the I missed the last platform by like a couple seconds. So we just kind of want to make our way up here as quickly as we can.
Yep, and these should be last orbs. There's a
These
scalpel up here.
hopefully,
as well, right?
if all has gone to plan, these will be the last orbs that we collect, and the last scout fly, and the last power cell. That's 2,000 orbs. And then if we look up at the top of the screen, this should hopefully say 101. It does! Woohoo! We did it!
That's hundo.
That's hundo. So now all we have to do is defeat the final boss of the game, which is a big precursor robot that has got the 2 enemies, Gol and Maya, inside of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, we just make this way up this elevator, get this blue eco here, activate this, and then we're not going to take this whole ride down. It's pretty slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to just jump off.
Yeah, the checkpoint puts you like...
Checkpoint puts me over here. We're going to shoot this guy 5 times. We're going to jump and spin, which skips a cutscene somehow. And what I'm going to go for here is I'm going to go for these things called 1 frames. They're quite hard to get, obviously, in 1 frame.
Yeah, so
it basically lets you spin after you jump, so you don't jump as high.
Yeah, so the jump like initially is what, in 15 frames, and you have it on like the 16th frame or something. I remember Qatar explained it to me at one point, and I was like, "Thank you, Qatar." And I was like, but basically, yeah, during the jump animation, you have 1 frame to spin, and what that does is it means you don't go as high, and you have more free fall.
Yeah, you can move around a lot.
You move around a lot more, and because you don't go as high, it means that you land on the platform faster.
That was a pretty bad attempt, actually. That would have been. I think that would have been too early.
Yeah.
If you do it too early in this, the bomb.
The bomb hits you, and
it won't blow up.
Yeah.
You'll just, you know.
Yeah. So that's the whole reason why you're doing the jumps, because you want to avoid the bomb.
Yeah. So there's 3 phases to this, like most things. We're just gonna blow up his arms there, take a little bit of damage.
Do another roll skip.
Take a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
0 for 3 after 1 frame.
Yeah.
That's slightly tilting. So this is the last phase. I have 2. Oh, jeez.
You're fine.
I have 2 health. There's a way of getting unlimited health in this final boss. I messed it up at the start. I didn't want to say anything because it's quite embarrassing, but I've said it anyway now. So yeah, that's it. That is final boss. So there's just a couple more cutscenes here. So I'm going to do my shout outs here. Shout outs obviously to the whole Jak and Daxter community. They're just the best. There's a trilogy plus a racing game, Daxter, TLF. Everybody who runs these games are just the best people. I love this community so much. So shout outs to everybody that's in that. Shout outs to the PlayStation Nation. Woo! Woo! That's the nation that goes to ESA, that we run the PlayStation games. These guys, they just make me happy. They're just, everybody that's in the PlayStation Nation just makes my life better. You guys being in my life makes my life better, so I love you all. Shout out to my parents who disappointed me daily for spending this much time speedrunning. I'm sure deep down you're proud of me.
Wait, time is coming up.
So time is coming up as soon as I hit this white eco here, which is spawned as far away as it
That's
can
the
be.
furthest spawn point.
That is the furthest spawn, and that's time! We are 5 minutes.
Underestimate
That's
as well.
Crazy.
Let's go.
I didn't think we were going to be, with the start that we had to this run, I did not think we were going to be underestimate. So yeah, I think I did all the shout-outs. Well, shout-outs to UKSG for having me, all the tech, everybody, all the hosts, everybody who volunteers. You guys do a great job, and you let people like me come and show our games, which is great. I've had an amazing time. Do you have anything you would like to say?
No, you pretty much covered everything.
I
Shout out
think
to the PlayStation Nation. That's like the main thing.
And Jak and Daxter.
And Jak and Daxter, yeah.
So yeah, thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who donates. Keep watching for the whole week. The whole weekend is going to be amazing. And I'll throw it back to Skemny.
Thank you so much. And yes, thank you for coming in underestimate. It really helps with the schedule, which is wonderful. Coming up after our short intermission, we will have Lonnie running Shin Megami Tensei. We will be back after these messages.